One Springfield school is honoring State Representative Bud Williams this evening by naming their gymnasium after him.
Western Mass News reporter Addie Patterson joins us live from Putnam Vocational Technical Academy with more on today's celebrations. Addie.
That's right, Chris and Amanda. Tonight's celebration for Bud Williams will kick off here at Putnam High School in just a few minutes from now, right inside the gymnasium behind me. Springfield City leaders, Mayor Dominic Sarno and Springfield Schools Superintendent Sonia Denal are in attendance for tonight's event. Representative Williams is a graduate of Putnam High School and is also a lifelong Springfield resident. On his high school basketball team, Williams made history as Putnam's first 1,000-point scorer. He was named to the All-City basketball team twice and named to the All-Western Mass basketball team as well. After high school, Williams went on to coach youth basketball for many years in the city of Springfield prior to winning his election to the Massachusetts House of Representatives in 2017. He served as a Springfield City Councilor from 1993 to 2008 and again from 2011 to 2017. Now in his fourth term as state representative of the 11th Hampton District, Williams continues to serve the Springfield community he calls home. Tonight's dedication also carrying a special meaning for Williams. It comes just years after his son Kamari Williams, a beloved Springfield High School basketball coach, passed away in 2020, and that's what makes tonight even more meaningful for Williams. And coming up here later tonight on Western Mass News at 10 and 11, I'll have the full story on what makes tonight so impactful for both Williams and his family. For now, reporting live inside Putnam High School in Springfield, Addie Patterson, Western Mass News.